glad to see what they have been producing. They've been continually doing. Kiran was talking about Jarvis and superheroes, but these are the real heroes, okay? Those who just presented. So give them all a big round of applause. Okay, in terms of, it's 1.5 days has passed closer to the end, and I'm sure, as you leave, some people might ask you, okay, what is Agentic AI? How is it benefiting? What do you think about it? So I want to make sure that you go out at the end with clear answers. A lot of interesting things have been talked in last 1.5 days in terms of hands-on sessions, keynotes, and so you've got multiple flavors of it. But at the end, let's see where it stands right now and how it is shaping. After Samsung Superannuations, I started this company. Initially, it was consulting coaching, but last 1 year at TechCrafter, I've been building two sides of the solutions, one on health side of it, and we have built digital twin and agentic solutions that I'm not presenting today. That's a separate thing. We've got funding. We have some first patent filed, but I'm going to talk a little bit more on the machine side of it and the agentic AI, how is it shaping. I'm also a strong proponent of, on one hand, we think the AI is the world, and for the community, for the kind of work that we do, it's very, very important. But at the same time, last 2 years, I've visited so many places, so many manufacturing sites, legacy systems, products that we didn't get chance otherwise. And I must say that physical world is also very big. And it's 80% is physical world. AI is enabling and it's very powerful, but it has to go to those verticals. As you can see here, there is a perception layer and lots of sensors are there and sensory devices that are part of it. You get to the next layer, that's where we connect communication engineers, whether it is short-range communication, long-range communication, 5G, we are going to 6G, Wi-Fi 7, 8. Those are the networks that's connecting. Interesting things that are starting to happen is on the middleware, that layer, all the things that you can see on agents and agent to agent and other kinds of conversations through API, and that communication is very vital. And at the top is the application layer. At the end, whatever you do, if it is for a business, it will either go to logistics or healthcare or education, one of those verticals. So this framework is kind of frozen. All the games and jugglery that we want to do, it has to be within this. This is what is the result. Where it's becoming interesting is this 2D world in communication is becoming much more 3D. You have drones and you have satellites, you have maritime communication. That's what, in fact, with Dr. Madan, we co-edited a book on 6G and a few others in 2021. That was the first book from Springer and globally also on 6G. And this is all to take it out in those directions. So please keep this in mind. With that, I will come to the few fundamental questions. I have flashed, but if I want to just go back and ask, agentic AI, one important distinction between conventional AI to agentic AI, one or two? Anybody? Yeah, please. Ability to make decisions. Tool sets that you have. Think, perceive, act. So great. I think you got the hang of it. So if you can see the traditional AI, you would see that there is pattern recognition, there is all kinds of predictions that have been happening. But as you go to agentic AI, it's about perceiving environment, it's about reasoning, it's about executing actions, and learning from outcomes. This can happen even otherwise. These 4 or 5 parameters are important. So it's not tasks. From those tasks, you are getting into a goal directions, right? Planning and taking actions. The system has a long-term memory, multi-step workflows, not just single step, and self-reflect, correct, learn to take it. And it also has the ability to collaborate with other agents because it can go from machine to machine, not just human to machine or human to human, but a lot of agents will talk to each other. So that's fundamental. Now, how does it matter? It matters, and where we stand today in 2020 to 2024, this period has been AI. We have three steps: AI, Gen AI, and this agentic AI concept that's one. Agentic AI is getting built more on the AI side of it than of the Gen AI, but you can always integrate with that. So you have been having so far answering, insights, static output, and human controls are there. But as you go, as you just said, doing executions, all of these. So three inflection points that are there, if you want to keep it in the mind. One is LLMs plus reasoning frameworks. These frameworks are evolving. I just gave few as an example. For example, React is effectively reasoning and acting. Reasoning and acting framework. As you can see, the reasoning, and it goes to LLM agent, and it goes to environment, feedback comes from environment, and again goes back to the reasoning. Environment is starting to play a big role into this whole world. You also see the thoughts. Instead of tasks, it's thoughts. And these thoughts are chain of thoughts. That's what we started. Chain of thoughts is a sequential one, but we have moved from there to tree of thoughts. Right? That's where, because you can do iterations, you have the ability to be able to have few reasoning, few possibilities, go under and choose one. And this knowledge graph, the memory and the knowledge graph, whoever can build is also going to be winning, and this ensures that there is a continuity in the things. And you also mentioned about APIs, plugins, the robotic interfaces, the tools and the systems. So that's a framework. Now, how real is it, or is it hype? I think we are in early commercial deployment, because depending on who you talk, you can get one version of the answer, right? There is a tendency of hype, I would say, because there is a set of people, as you can see the agentic AI iceberg, some people see and expect the top. The top says fully autonomous. Can I do AI agents? AI agents that can think, yeah, those are nice goals, but we are not there. We are very early on. So if somebody sees those iceberg tips, they would see it as hype. But lots of work has to be done, as you can see in the reality. And this is where, whether it is requiring detailed prompt to some kind of an engineering and planning, it may fail due to hallucinations, not having right memory, long list of things you understand from different discussions. I'm not going to go through, but I just wanted to bring the point of why people see it different. Now, where it is most applicable, not all applications are right for you, at least at this point of time. And I see some success. For example, customer service. If you go there, you can see autonomous triage is happening. You get a lot of complaints, this triaging, grouping them, putting it into the right allocations, delegations, this is happening. And resolution agents are there, resolution. If you go to software engineering, the code agents, the CI/CD pipeline automation, that's happening, that's real. Manufacturing, intelligent RPA agents from conventional RPA to intelligent RPA, digital twin feedback loop. This I work in my company itself, and how do you feedback from the digital twin? That's a reality. Business workflows, research agents, sales ops, healthcare, documentation agents, medical transcriptions, doctor conversations when you have, this can be done, diagnostic assistance, and financial services, we see a lot of risk evaluations, process automation. So anything very high stakes, robotic autonomy, chain after chain that will work, because you can see the task, and if a task success is a probability of, let's say, 60% or even 80% for that matter, and second task is of another 70%, and third is an 80%, It's a reliability. 80.8 times 0.7 times 0.8 will bring it down, and therefore it will fail. And if it's a critical event, that will not be there. So a lot of people have started working on reliability engineering on this multi-agent, because that tells what's your probability of success at the end of the task, not as an individual task. It's like character recognition versus word versus sentence. We have seen that what's the success in text to speech. This is similar to that. Next question is, do you have some success stories, early instances? I can say Microsoft, Satya Nadella was here, he talked about, he showed, if you have listened to the video, or seen in live, effectively built a cricket app, right? That's what he was talking about. So they are having code debugging, test generations and things. Internal teams are reporting 20 to 40%, but if you go outside, they will say 10%, right? So that's a kind of success. Google has launched a project Astra, which is exactly what Keenan and the team was presenting in the similar line, multimodal agents, and that perceive, reason, and act. As you are saying, perceive, reason, and act, and you use cameras, environment, and action items. Amazon has its GenAI agent that has some success. Shopify. There are startups that have come up, like Devin. I don't know if anyone has tried Devin, Cognition Labs. If you try that AI software engine, you have done that, at least one. They claim quite a lot of multi-step coding sites, tracks and agent success. Obviously, Anthropic Claude is also doing, but that's seen as one success story. There are Adept AI, which is doing on the SaaS AI platform certain agents being played. Sanctuary AI, they are trying to do on the robotics a little early on. And companies like aggregators, ServiceNow, RPAs, other companies are automating IT, OT software. So key benefits, on the right side, the picture says there are these 8 parameters that I could see or get. Any one of those, or maybe more of them, like multiples of them, whether it is increased efficiency, whether you want a data-driven insight, error reduction, cost savings, they would be one of the drivers, at least one of the drivers to deploy this. Okay, this is what I use, and so I just thought one slide on these. So Gen AI algorithms going into continuous monitoring feedback loop. I have sensors and IoT devices in health. You have a data integration platform and ETL tools, and there is a digital twin. So we have built some health twins that we are launching. So this is an iteration. So I wanted to highlight here, not the top part, but this part for everybody else, that we have IoT, we have, on the other hand, big data, AI, ML, digital twin. They feed to each other. This is very, very important to know. IoT generates data. That goes into big data. And then you feed that to AI, ML. You create that model. This goes up to the digital twin, and twin gets built, and then twin gets used in IoT, because if you want to do smart city lecture or smart building, then you compare, or in health, you do that, and then this loop goes. So these topics that we work in isolated fashion, they all could be integrated and produce the final result. 2 last slides in future of work. So Agentic AI, I must say that when AI to Gen AI moved, that's a white collar job. That was content creation. Suddenly, we didn't expect that AI to do all of this, right? So it has touched many high-end jobs in the Gen AI. Agentic AI, maybe at some point will get coupled with Gen AI, but that's still too separate. It is again going back to blue-collar jobs and automations, but even automation being stronger and perceived, think, reason, environment being considered. That's where again we are trying to solve this problem. So it is about routine information manipulation, data entry, reconciliations, reporting, first-level cognition tasks, and summarizations. These jobs you can't do. Translation, summarization, CRM updates, the low complexity social media work, not the whole website creations, but lower end jobs that we see, and testing QA automations are there. I just wanted to again highlight, many people worry about, will my job go out? AI doesn't touch the job, it touches the task. So if your job has all the tasks that can be done, then the job goes out. But if it's certain other tasks, then you can have a new JD combining, and you can rewrite that to be able to address. It doesn't directly look into that. So tasks and thoughts that you should do. So this is again going back to junior analysts, programmers, documentation engineers, but this will be the end. Earlier it was kind of it, but once you perfect it, that's the purpose of engineering, to make things redundant, so let's not worry on that one. Last part I wanted to say then, what's then coming up? New avenues are also opening up. People talk about one and forget the other, or don't focus on it, so we need to keep focusing on new avenues that are opening. So I just wanted to say what's becoming valuable in this context, not forever, next 3 years. Okay, let's just take that. So one is, if you are an AI workflow designers, agent orchestrators, you can do good job. Okay, prompt engineers moving to task engineers, and goal setting, goal engineers. This is one path. So this is the architecting path. Second path is in the implementation, data plus knowledge graph architects. KG, I think it's very vital, the thought process that I said, right? Chain to graphs, that is important. The digital twin controls, that's vital. Then the third is the vertical AI agents. Can I do, it's many horizontal, but can you do a vertical AI agent so that the full health or education certain solutions can be given? Healthcare, manufacturing, that's coming up, hybrid CPS. And the fourth is safety, alignment, governance, ethics, AI. When it produces agent, certain results, how do you know it's working, not working, intended goal? Nobody knows. If somebody can find it out, how would you verify? I see a lot of benchmarking against it, that's performance of the system, but how do you verify, validate is again thing. So in summary, I wanted to highlight there are a lot of companies on the right that you see are working on the agentic AI. That's why I put that. And I would say it's time for human AI teams. Currently, in 2-3 years, we'll see next what happens. Humans set goals, constraints, ethics, and customer context. Agents understand environment, performs execution. Humans provide judgment and escalation. So this balancing act of human AI will be coming. It's there. So more we appreciate, understand, I think we will be coexisting in a nice way to perform. Closing it, agentic AI, there are a lot of challenges. It's not devoid of it. Misalignment, runaway actions, tool misuse and harmful behavior, data leakage, privacy. We are quite concerned that how it will affect the whole life and society, but there will be regulations, certain things will be going out. Today I was reading that there is a report, Europol, they have said that in 2035, this is their report today, they have said that in 2035, the humans, the way they strike or against it, the robotic will be such that they would be agitating against the robots, destroying it, going to government, all of those. So I think we will cross through those phases. I'm not a doomsdayer, but I think you have to cross through phases to get there to be perfect as things evolve. So for now, supervised autonomy is the practical model. And thank you. This is my whereabouts. If you can take a snap if you wanted to.